Hey, it's Chris Matlashewski with the Built in Calgary team, and I have the opportunity of talking with Gary Faulkner today regarding one of the causes that we're getting fully behind here right now, the Hoggin Ranch and the Veterans Foodbank of Calgary. Gary, it's good to have you with us.
Hey, thanks. I'm glad to be here. We just have nothing but good things to say about the Hoggin Ranch, so ask away.
Perfect. Thank you. How did you go about to find out about Hoggin Ranch, and what was it that sort of piqued your interest?
Well, we heard about it from some other veterans that had a camping outfit going on, and I heard about it. And then I'm a hunter myself, but I haven't hunted for a few years, so it kind of piqued my interest. I heard about hog hunting before, but I never. A couple of weeks later, we kept hearing things about Hoggin Ranch, so to make a long story short, we investigated and we went down there and met them. Met with Ray McKay. Sorry, I'm bad with names. And it's not just a hunting camp for veterans. Like, that was how they started it, but it's much more. Like, they're offering outings for soldiers that have, PTSD issues, some other related stress issues, as well as for people just, you want to go to a local campsite or campsite with veterans in it. Like, I could list about 10 things off the top of my head why somebody would want to go down there. I don't know how these guys do it. Like, it's Walt Disney is what I'm talking about.
Well, they're definitely creating a community from what you're sharing there, and a sense of continued camaraderie. What other things you touched on? A couple of things aside from hog hunting. What else could a person be exposed to when they're out in the beautiful, pristine country down by I want to say Caroline. Thank you.
Caroline, yeah. Yeah, and I forget because I'm not an expert. I used to hunt down that area many years ago. Not many years ago. I'm not that old, but it's a beautiful spot of land. A good friend of mine, actually, he's got a statue outside of Caroline, outranks. So I'm sure Kurt Browning might be coming down to visit. I'm pretty much sure he will. But there's other people that Todd Standing, Todd Standing is his claim to fame is he got the BC government to outlaw shooting of any Bigfoot. So he has his own channels. He's got his own following. Survivor Man may be coming this summer for sure, Todd Standing, and is going to help with bushmaster skills and tracking and so forth. And I'm sure there'll be lots of questions about his Bigfoot expedition. So, but it's a little getaway. It's a little piece of paradise in Caroline. It's amazing.
Yeah. What with being able to hunt and camp and fish and I guess explore the area there, what do you think the benefits to the veterans, what do you think they're really getting out of it for people that really don't get out of the city too much? Like, how do you think that helps veterans?
You know what, I've been passing the word about Hoggin Ranch, and I think what it is for a lot of veterans is disbelief that this much type of and this is, so a lot of veterans I'm talking to are saying, really? And I saying, yes, you can go out there, you can go camping, you can go fishing, you can go quadding. We're trying to set up some other events, possibly soccer golf for kids, and it's just what it is. It's golf with soccer balls, but there's obstacles throughout the field. So they're opening up all kinds of opportunities for the land. They got 140 some acres of land. So they're offering veterans to build their own little dreams down there too. Like, if you want to maybe build a little baseball tournament or something, or not a tournament, like there's any activities for veterans is all welcome. So even veterans want to participate by creating their own activity. They're open to suggestions.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. And, it's obviously encouraging how they wish to sort of build up the land a little bit there. What you've recently been out there,
I was out there in January, and one of my team members spent a week out there. on our Veterans Victoria Services. I'll give us a plug, VVS, and he spent 7 days out there and helping him with the cabins and stuff. And he didn't have to buy a lick of food. They fed him every day. And he says, "Well, we're gonna buy." So they're really trying hard to make it a family veterans thing, not just about hunting. Like when we do these tracking things in the summer, the spring here coming up, well, coming soon here in June, and all other little things. It's open. It's like a clear slate. And here, come play in our dirt. Come find out something that we can do together as veterans. And that's where they're really, like I said, Walt Disney is the guy that they got their inspiration from. And because I'm impressed, I'm very impressed with how they operate.
Yeah, you were mentioning that, it's almost a similar experience. Like, kids are coming away from Disneyland, happy, a little bit euphoric. They got some endorphins rushed.
That's right.
How do you think how are the veterans coming away from that? Like what's their sense of, after a few days?
Our group, our two guys, Corky went down there. That's the name of the guy, Vietnam veteran. So he's got a weird name from the 70s. What do you expect, eh?
Yeah.
He spent like several days down there, and he was so impressed. Like here, he's 67 years old, and sometimes, sometimes you feel all alone out there, and you're a veteran. You go to your meetings. If you do have meetings, Corky doesn't go to meetings, but I seen a 67-year-old guy turn into a teenager.
Mhm.
He was so happy with how they treated him. He makes wood products. Some of the people down there that were volunteering bought some of his wood products. So and then he donated a $500 wedding tree plant, whatever, a really nice ornament. But what it does is it brings out the goodness in us as veterans. At least it did I'm planning on bringing down some work crews here shortly in the next few weeks. And it's just 2 or 3 members of us to help out. But it really brings a sense of camaraderie together, where you might not know all these other veterans, but they're there for the same reason you are, to support one another.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the magic in something like this, because it works and it's working. And I see big things on the horizon for Hoggin.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you sharing that, your insight there. If I understand it correctly, they're going to be having an unveiling of some of the cabins, possibly in June, weather dependent, July. And, I'll certainly be out there.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I'd look forward to meeting you as well.
Sponsor the cabin too.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. I didn't know they were doing that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think the idea of it is, really cool. So, if people don't have the ability for, come out for tents, like it's a full on physical, structure, and, it's, you've got your beds and what have you there. I was going to ask you one last thing. You had mentioned that they're also building a kitchen right now. Has that been completed yet, or is that to come?
My buddy, my partner there, the Mr. Corwin too, and he was down there about a month and a half ago. The kitchen was all set up. So they did it all in one. Well, I don't know if they did it all in one weekend, but one weekend, like a bunch of crew come in and they set most of it up. I'm pretty sure it's already operational. So that's some major. We were there when the guy bounced back in the truck up. Some kitchen or some restaurant donated a whole bunch of stuff, or they got a really good deal on it. But it's like a kitchen where you can feed 300-400 people.
Right.
Like it's.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. I think the setup is, the vision for the setup is doing some really cool things. And like you said, there's some future planning or, ideologies.
Yeah, that's what I got. Because I was at first I thought, okay, a Hoggin hunting ranch. I said, well, that's good. And I'm a hunter, so I'm all game. But it's become much more than that. It's become kind of like a refuge, a place where people could go for a couple of days, maybe even a week, and just hang out and hang their hat, not have to worry about bringing anything, and just go out there. And that's what our small group wants to do, is start raising a little awareness for gift cards, fuel cards, so I can help some of the disadvantaged vets. But it was just, there's so much stuff that that they're talking about in the near future, like doing little things for PTSD, and then my guys get out there. It's not my guys. I can't wait for this tracking. I love outdoor adventures, and I'm a hunting enthusiast. And if I could learn tracking from a tracking expert, there's a bonus.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Sorry, that was Todd Standing.
Todd Standing, the Bigfoot guy. So people, if you want to meet the Bigfoot man himself, Todd Standing, he's gonna love it. People are gonna love him.
Yeah.
He's a very smart guy when it comes to bush bush craftsmanship.
Well, we'll definitely keep in contact, and you can let me know when that gets put into motion, or I'll hear it from the pipeline from Alan, and I'll put it out on our news feed there. And yeah. So awesome. Well, Gary, I understand you celebrated a birthday this week, so hopefully you're still in the momentous mood, and appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I've enjoyed this. Anytime, anything that I can do, or any of our some of our group members can do, we're coming down with some more guys to help with some underbrush clearing and getting things ready for Todd Standing. So
awesome. Very good.
Okay, awesome. You have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, Gary.
Airborne. Don't forget the airborne.
Right.
Okay. God bless. Take care.
Take care.